Hey everybody, this is Jessica Lynn of Jessica Lynn Original Studios, and today I thought it was time to revisit one of my favorite videos that I made, and that video was my walkthrough of the Wilderness Hotel at the Wisconsin Dells. Now, I figured I would start by showing you a map so you can kind of get an idea in your head of what I'm going to show you. So we're going to start all the way down here. We're going to go all the way through, head up here, take a look at this is where the wave pool is. Then we're going to come back this way, walk through the hotel. We're going to take a look at Polka Dots. Polka Dots is a painting pottery. We're going to take a look over here at the Klondike Cavern. We're going to go up right over here, and there's going to be a point where you can see a long walkway. This is all privately owned condos that are associated to the wilderness. We will not be walking through those on today's tour. We're going to continue forward, down around. We're going to go past the arcade, the fitness center, the Wild West lobby, and we're going to end our tour, our walking tour today, at the Wild West Waterpark. So let's go ahead and get started. A few years ago, they did a full renovation to the Wilderness Resort entrance area. Now where I'm standing, there's parking there if you're checking in. You can see there's parking straight ahead, and then there's also makeshift quick parking, which we're going to look at right over here to the left in just a moment. Now there is a full public entrance there, which is where you go to check in, or you can go where it says guest registration. Either one of those will get you right in. Off on the left, big wilderness sign, and if you look up, there's actually some seating outside. So if you went to their restaurant, you can actually go sit outside like in the summer months. Really relaxing and nice to kind of watch people kind of come and go. So as we walk in, we are going to first stop and just take a look at their flowers. They are always updating them. This was the end of fall flowers, so Christmas and other things are coming. But they do a great job of decorating seasonally. Now, we walked into that middle bank of doors that said to registration. And what you do is you have to go to the right, and you are going to see this large open check-in area. Now, straight ahead is where you would check in, one of the options, if you're going to do some of the Wyndham. And then right there straight ahead, you see where the big wilderness is. That's where you're going to check in. Now there are exceptions to that. If you were going to stay at the Wilderness on the Lake, it's actually at that location you check in. And if you're staying in the Wilderness condos, there's actually a separate place to check in for that as well. So definitely take a look at your email depending on where you book, because it's going to be a big difference as to where you're going to check in. But it will clearly say that on the email. So after we get through registration, you can see right to the left, this is a 24-hour market. I really like it because in case in the middle of the night you need to get something, they've got all kinds of snacks and kind of one-off things. From this first level, you can get to restrooms, party rooms. There's actually a go-kart trail we'll take a look at in just a moment. To the right, you're going to see you're at that guest registration. There's a restaurant and obviously check-in. Now level 2 is pretty much where you're going to be taking this main walk. So if you're here in the winter time, you are actually going to be staying on level 2 for the most part when you're walking in between all of these different buildings. So there are stairs, but obviously I'm filming right now, so we're just going to take the elevator so I can show you that. Level 2 is actually connected all the way through the entire resort, including the condos. Now again, one exception to that is if you were at Wilderness on the Lake. That one is a separate hotel. Next time we go, we'll definitely go and get you guys an updated video there. It's one of our favorite places to go and visit. Many times during the holiday, like at Christmas, they'll put a big Christmas tree in there and they'll put lots of beautiful decor, and other seasons they decorate a lot. So when we get off the elevator, we're going to turn straight to the right. And what we're going to see is this is where we just were checking in. So now we're upstairs. This is all seating. Now remember I set up outside there was seating. This is all part of, if you picture from above, like kind of a rectangular shape. And you can see this is all seating for different families. They do a buffet. You can see there's even some additional seating out toward the main road. But they have the beverage station. And they do a really great breakfast buffet. Again, this was all remodeled as part of that new entrance. For those of you who may have gone to this wilderness many years ago, you may remember part of this because that fireplace and the airplane are still from the old restaurant that used to be there. And again, hardly any windows. It was always super dark, and there was a big, huge buffet. Now the buffet is kind of family style where you walk up and they help you get what you need, and you can sit wherever you want and then go back up for the time. Now they do have a brand new thing called Take Flight. Take Flight is just like Soarin'. So if you've ever been to Disney World, it's very similar to that. And you can see on the TV screen they're showing it. You actually go up in a seat, huge surround screen, and it feels like you are flying. Now they have a couple of different videos and they change them out. We're actually going to go and see that brand new water park at the end of this video. So make sure that you hang out with us on this full tour because it's really going to be worth it. It's really beautiful. One of the things that I love about the Dells is they have a lot of different candies and chocolates and treats, and this hotel is no different. They have all of that waiting and available. And as you can see, again, they've repainted, added new murals. There is the buffet over there to the left. And then you can see that they also have really cool paint, very modern. And then there is the full candy store to the right. And then off to the left-hand side, you can see there is the buffet. And they also have a burger bar where they do all the burgers, shakes, specialty drinks. And these burgers are not your normal, typical burgers. They're all very fancy burgers. Let's go that way. Don't get me wrong. You could probably just ask for a regular burger, you know, lettuce, tomato, whatever you want on there. There's also a really nice coffee station, and they had a very long line. We were there on a Saturday. Now this tour, you can see it was a little quieter. There's also a sports bar right here in the middle, which obviously on a Sunday, totally great. You can sit and watch some football or whatever your favorite sport is. And then seasonally, they do have this really cool Aloha donut station open where they make fresh donuts. Again, over here, there is that Camp Social, and this is what it looks like for the buffet. The candy store itself is amazing. Like, just getting near it, I think I put on a couple pounds. It was amazing. The smells were intense. So just be warned if you are trying to continue to lose weight or starting that journey. Just be cautious and don't spend a lot of time where I was filming right there because the smells were very, very strong and powerful. Right across from the candy store, there is a camping gifts and gear, so the Happy Camper. And what I love about this is they have really revamped everything. So not only did they change the look of this, but they've even gone through and revamped a lot of their merchandise. My kids love those because we have a border collie and it kind of looked like our buddy. Now you can see there is a lot of really fun merchandise for the kids. There's stuff, a whole wall of stuffies, lots of logo gear. Look at this shark. How cute is that? He even has a t-shirt that says Wilderness Resort. Like, that's cute. And then you can see that there is a lot of like swim gear. So if you've got swimsuits, there's logo gear. And whenever we go to Disney, and we love the Wilderness Lodge down at Disney World, and they never have enough Wilderness Lodge gear. So it's one thing that I do want to commend the Wilderness Resort for, is that they do have a lot of wilderness gear, and I love the logos and the patterns. They're really nice and bold and very clean and actually very affordable. So that's a fun, if you want to bring home some memories of the wilderness, definitely go and take a look at that. When you come out, now the way we're walking, you can see everybody's kind of coming back from the pool, but we are on our way to the Wild Water Dome, the arcade, and then there's Survivors Bar and Grill, and then you can see down there there's little cars, little race cars. And what's really cool is they're electric, so they're indoors. We have done that with our kids multiple times. Those little race cars are a blast. It looks like they're not going very fast, but the minute you're in there, they are cruising around. This is the only arcade that's still available on this section right here. It's a small arcade, but it's a lot of fun, and it's really nice, like if you have little kids who maybe can't go ride on the race cars, we've come over here and played with our girls so that while they wait for the other, the other one. Now, as you take this walk, we are going to show up into this little doorway, and you might say, okay, where is this doorway going to lead us? There are stairs that you saw. There's also the survivors. Now, this is a bar and grill, and it's all windows on one side, and it overlooks the wave pool, which is so cool. And you can see people are hanging out, having some drinks, watching some football. But there is an elevator or stairs that will take you downstairs to one of our favorite parts of this hotel. Oh, how can you not love this? So it's a full wave pool. Off on the right hand side, there's like a kid area. Farther than that, there are some slides, family slide and then individual slides. There is a walk up pool bar. And I'll tell you what I love the most is that the sun that comes in, you actually can get some sun, some color from hanging out, get a suntan. It feels so wonderful, especially in the winter months. If you look way back there, you can see like log cabin looking things. We actually stayed in one of those a couple of years ago. Phenomenal. So cool. Like if you have a big party, look into that. It's so close to this water park. It was, I think we counted it, I think it was about 25 steps from our front door to get into the water park, which is so cool. Alright, so we're just going to kind of skip through the arcade again. So we came out of the arcade, and instead of going to the left where check-in is, we went to the right this time. And when we go to the right, we're on our way. We're on level 2. And remember I said everything on level 2 kind of connects you. Okay. Now, if you are looking to the right, you can see like room 214. There are rooms on this floor. The rooms that are on this floor, we've stayed there before and never had a problem. But if you have kids that maybe are sensitive to a lot of noise or, they have to go to bed at a certain time, you can tell when certain things close for the night because you'll hear kind of, just a group of people down the hallway, stuff like that. So I would encourage you just to ask for a different floor if that is your situation. Now, the reason I'm showing the floor right now is because this is all brand new. You can see new wall paneling, new colors, a new color theme. It's really beautiful. At the end of every section, there is a soda machine, water machine, recyclables, and then snacks, and also the ice machine itself. So just to give you perspective of where we are, over there to the left, this is going to be where we're still walking towards. So this is toward that next water park. We're going to be walking toward that up and around kind of a horseshoe shape. Where we were was down here, and that way is the way to the wave pool and to check-in. Okay, so we have a lot left to see, so let's keep walking. And I really like the art that they've added. It's very it reminds me of like a screen print where you do the different t-shirt screen print with different colors. It's really bold and very, very pretty. It has a very modern feel, but yet still like comfortable, if that makes sense. It's really relaxing in there. Don't get me wrong, I really do like a nice wilderness theme, but this is very comfortable, and I really kind of like that feel. I think it's very, very pretty. So I think they've done a great job with kind of, updating it and keeping it a little more current and modern without taking away too much of the wilderness feel. Now, we haven't seen the new rooms. We haven't been in those, but definitely next time I go, I will see if I can get some footage to share with you guys so that you can see how those new rooms look. Now, I just want to take a quick moment while we're on this tour and say, please don't forget there's a little red icon down in the bottom right. Please go ahead and click on that and subscribe. There's no cost to do that. It just reminds you when we upload more Wisconsin Dells, Disney, or creative content. I would love to have you be part of our channel. So when I talk about creative, one of my favorite places to go is where you can paint your own pottery. Now, I didn't want to film because there's a ton of people in there. It was very busy on a Saturday. But what's really nice about it is you go in and basically it is polka dot pots. And one of the things, and the reason why I like it, so one of the things that I love the most about them is that they actually fire up their kiln and actually produce the pottery nightly. So in other words, if you're there only a couple of days, you can get these pieces produced and ready to go. Like, I think to me, that's amazing. I mean, I've gone to other pottery places where you paint and they don't have them back for a week and then they charge you shipping and all kinds of crazy stuff. Now, he is so adorable. Like, I literally want one of those. So if somebody wants to make me one, I would be so happy with that. One of the things I really like is they must have a couple of artists who kind of stop in because there were already plates with like Pikachu drawn on there and some other stuff. So, like, so you can see there's a really cute giraffe one. There's a wilderness resort where you could actually paint a mug. And they do a great job. And the other thing is the ladies are really good. There could be a gentleman that works there, but I just know the ladies were there that day. They were really helpful in kind of helping you select colors and helping you with some tips on how to make your pottery look the way theirs does. And I was super impressed with what they had. I was super impressed with the amount they had. So they don't even have just this. They also have two more shelves behind me. So let me just show you those. Here was kind of a whole under the sea adventure they had going on. And that turtle plate is gorgeous. A mermaid and another turtle. And then they were starting to put out some seasonal holiday things. I have this Christmas tree in a smaller version, but I was so excited to see that they had one that lit up. You can see they have tons of colors on the wall. And again, here's some of that where I was talking about with the Pikachu. The people that were working there were extremely nice too. Ours, just wanted to show you those. So you have it Sunday through Wednesday, Thursday through Saturday. So they're open every day of the week. So you can go whenever it is convenient for you. Just note, plan on spending some time there because it really is not a quick process. So let me just show you where we are. So we started way over here. We walked in. We went up past the water dome. And this is where we are. So we're almost to the next water park. There are restrooms, just so you know, right by the painting pottery place. So if you have little kids or kids that might need a bathroom, just know there's one right there readily available. So it's super easy. So as you continue to walk straight in this hallway, and again, we were over to the right. There's the water park. We're going to go and take a look at it. There is an amazing outdoor hot tub. I have been there in the winter when it is snowing, and that's still open. It's so much fun. I mean, I was there when it was literally snowing on me, and I was sitting in a hot tub. It was just the coolest thing. It was so fun. So as we continue up this ramp, there is a water park that we can take a look at, that we're going to go take a look at. Now, this is the second one you guys have seen so far with me. Right behind us, and we're going to look at it in just a minute, there's actually a pizza restaurant and other places to eat. So this way, this little second level of eating is there. A lot of people will come up here and kind of hang out, have pizza, and just sort of let the kids play. In this section, this area has a couple of slides. There are two couple of slides in the far back as well. There is a lazy river in here, so that is a lot of fun. The bucket constantly drops tons of water on you. And this one is my kids. I would say, I don't know how to rank these. The wave pool is obviously a blast. This one was one of their favorites last year until we got to see the brand new Wild West. And again, that's where we're going to end our video today, so I cannot wait to show you that. But again, this section is a ton of fun. There's a bunch of slides in the back. There's also a big, I don't remember what they're called, but it's like one of those ones where you go down a slide and then you end up in a big circular tornado looking piece, and then you come back out. That one does have a very tall height limit on it. I believe it's 48 inches. So the other thing I would encourage you to do, and again, I'm talking through this just to give you suggestions and ideas. If you're going with little kids, definitely make sure you measure their heights before you go. I suggest that to people who go to Disney World as well, and find out what things they're going to be able to ride and what they're not going to be able to ride. The last thing you want to do is take a little one there and then find out they're not going to be able to go on something that everybody else can. It's kind of a big bummer. Or, you know, if everybody else decides to, who's going to stay with the little one? So I would just plan out some of these water parks. But I'll tell you, every single one of them has plenty to do for each child. So don't worry about not having something to do for a little one, because each one of them does have smaller rides and stuff like that. So the Klondike Cavern is where we just were. And what we're going to do is we're going to head over back out that door I just came in. Thank you to the person that held that door for me. You can see this is a bar and restaurant. Pizza, so good. We love their pizza. It's really good. And the best part is it's right there. And they will, if you're staying at the hotel, they will deliver that to your door. So you can go pick it up too. But just know they'll deliver it to your door. They also have really good breadsticks. This is a little bar area, and again, it's divided out from the water park through glass, so you can kind of see the water park, but you don't feel the wetness from being in the water park area. So you can see, you know, from that area, you can see all of that, which is kind of fun. When we keep going straight, there's a yogurt, frozen yogurt as well, and all of that is by the pound. Now again, this is all as of 2022. That's why I love creating these, because they're constantly changing and evolving. And if you're planning a trip to the Wisconsin Dells and you're going to stay at the Wilderness, that's why I filmed this, because for me, the very first time, I had no idea where I was going, what I was doing, and I wanted to share this with you. Now, this is the other side. Oh, there's me too. You can see me in the reflection. There is also a basketball hoop outside. Now, this is not as warm as the hot tub, but it was a very unseasonably warm day in the fall, and so people were able to go outside and play basketball. But again, that's another outdoor area. Over here, see this walkway? That's what's going to connect you to the condos. So just know that if you're staying at the glacier area, everything is through that walkway. And what interesting fact, right? If you're like, ooh, you know, I used to go to the Wisconsin Dells back in the day. So if you ever went on the Lost Canyon tours, I will put a link to them right here up on the upper right hand corner. There should be a little like eye. We went on a Lost Canyon tour last year, and one of the things I never realized was that the Lost Canyon tours are actually between the Glacier Hotel and the Wilderness Hotel. So there's a whole bunch of trees, and they do a zip line, and then down below that is part of the end of that Lost Canyon trail. So if you remember that from a kid, it's actually in between these two hotels, which is crazy to me. We didn't realize it when we were down there, but so there you go. Fun fact. And I do want to tell you, I am walking this in real time. So I did not speed this up. I want you to get a sense of how long it takes to walk around. Now, one of the good things is that when it's winter time or it's cold, it doesn't matter once you're checked in and your car's parked, right? Because now you don't have to ever leave the hotel. Oh, back there, that decoration on the door, they do birthday celebrations, and you can choose to add that to your hotel check-in package. And it's kind of cute. They decorate the door for the kids, and then there's different things you can choose. Like, I think there's like stuffed animals and some other upgrade opportunities. So it's very cool. So let me get you to see where we are. So we're in the green section. So we just went all the way around that corner. We turned left. So again, there's where we started. And we came all the way up to the water dome, all the way up to the other water park. There's that Lost Canyon, and boom, there's where we are. So Let's continue moving. We're going to end at that Wild West Water Park. So we're a little over halfway done. But you can see, you know, it's a quick, easy walk. It's not that bad. My suggestion would definitely bring like some sandals to wear. And I would highly encourage you to bring maybe like some extra towels or maybe gear that you have that is, you know, suitable for walking through the hallways and stuff. Now, as you can see over here to the left, there's part of the hotel. So we are just going to keep walking. Alright, so we are just about to the new Wild West. You are going to love this. They are redoing this part of the hotel. It is so gorgeous. So when we come around this other curve right here, there is another gift shop. And they've got some swimsuits and some pool stuff. Not a ton like the other ones, but there is still some logo gear and such like that. Off on the right hand side, yet another candy store. So if your kids are tired from the water parks all day, you can go and sugar them up. They had fresh, all kinds of caramel corn, popcorn, kettle corn. Those are jalapenos covered in chocolate. Lots of little toys for the kids. Some water fountains or bubblers, depending on where you're from. And then just piles of candy. So no end in sight for the candy. Now this area, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, they are revamping all of this. So there is going to be a new check-in lobby. I don't know if it's actually going to be a true check-in lobby or what kind of the plans are. They haven't really shared a lot of that yet. But this is the second arcade. And you can see there are just tons of things for the kids to do. This is their much larger arcade, so it really does have a little of everything here. I will tell you, make sure you check the credits before you start playing. Some of the games are extremely expensive. But again, you know, you're on vacation, kind of vacation theme park prices, right? When you look out these beautiful windows, you can see again more of the hotel. If you watched my video from this summer, you saw that this area was actually full of people, and there were people outside, and there's water slides and all kinds of other things. There's a whole outdoor section. So please know that even though I focused on walking through the indoors, there is a full outdoor set of pools. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 that I can think of off the top of my head, plus mini golf. There's a little car system. There's a wave pool. Or not a wave pool, I'm sorry, but like a lazy river. And there is a lot to do. So if you're here in the summer, there's a lot of people, but there's a lot more to do. I really wanted to focus this on sort of this walking area and sort of what all indoors they had to focus on. Because again, living in Wisconsin, you know, the weather is hit or miss on any given day. And the normal is what I'm showing you today. But there are a lot of other things you can do there as well. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a look at this brand new Wild West water park. It has just been opening in end of October, beginning of November of the 2022 year. I am so excited for this. We went there 3 years ago, and the kids were so excited because this water park had always been the one that they kind of kept closed and was never really open. And the last time we went before this huge renovation, the water park was not in great shape. It had been well loved, well used, and was really looking forward to a new update. And I'm going to tell you, my kids loved it. It is actually one of their favorite places now at the Wilderness. There is this chicken restaurant, which is now there. It was funny because every person we heard when we were walking through doing this walkthrough said to their waitress, "Oh my God, those chickens were good. Oh my God, this was good. Oh my God, that was good." So of course we had to try it. Phenomenal. Like really good. Now I'll tell you again, just like everything else, theme park prices, so it is expensive. But absolutely phenomenal. Really good. And again, the Wilderness really likes that restaurant, windows, water park. So they try and make it where it's all kind of together so that it's really easy for you to get between, or if you're, playing at the water park and you're like, oh, we should eat, it's really easy to get to that. So we're going to go down. We're at the end of the water park. Let's go take a look here. Now, this is the brand new one. I am so excited to show this to you. And I have to say, to the Wilderness, this is beautiful. Like, my kids loved this new area. So as you can see when you walk in, it looks very much like the other one that we were just looking at. But there are a lot of slides for the kids. So I believe there was 1, 2, 3, 4 in the back. There's one up there in the front. There was a single rider. There's a double rider slide where you race somebody. And I did not go back there to film because I would have had to go with my camera all the way back there, so I apologize. This section was really well organized. What I liked was that they made a lot of intentional decisions to make sure that different age groups could still sort of be together, but not have to worry about, like, see, there's a little waiting pool where, like, the little kids could wait for their older brother or sister who might be going on slides. There was also the bucket where, families could kind of hang out together. Some of these littler slides were actually set up for adults. Like, there were adults that went down that orange slide. Again, that bucket's getting ready to go in just a second. You can see all the kids gathering. Here it comes. They all loved it. My only complaint with this section was there was so much water that kind of went in the middle. If you're a parent like myself who kind of goes and helps my kids and kind of stands there with them, you have to get drenched to stand there with them. Now, again, I'm at a water park, so I mean, not really that big of a deal, but just know that if you're like, oh, I don't want to get soaked, but I want to go stand there and kind of keep an eye, if you go underneath it, you're going to get soaked. There was also on the far right-hand side, you might have saw a little purple thing. That was actually a whole toddler section, so little ones can go and play with, water and little features, and there's a couple little slides. It's very cute, and again, like I said, well thought out. There's a hot tub off on the far left hand side, the water slides up in the back. So I mean, this new section really covers a lot of age groups. One of the things I do love is their animation, and their cartoons are very cute. So the other thing that was kind of cool is this area right here. If you wanted to watch your kids or keep an eye, or if you're a grandparent and you want to watch the football game, by all means, it's right there. And then you can still keep an eye. Now, coming mid-November of 2022 is this new walk-up bar and cabana. I just had to come over and take a quick look at it because it is so cool. Like, there is a whole walk-up bar with a whole bunch of sections. And then behind it, look at, there's like almost like hitching posts, I guess is the way I would describe. See those posts? I wonder if those are like places you could stand or maybe get a drink. Don't know yet, because you can see they're actually still building it, right? And then there's also cabanas. And the cabanas are going to be all shaped like little Old West houses. So that's kind of cool. Just something new. And that'll be coming just before Thanksgiving of 2022. Again, this water park, just beautiful. You know, I'm very impressed with the amount of detail. And again, it's not even done yet, but we've really enjoyed it. And the kids, just the new slides, they were so much more than just maybe like one small little curve, and really enjoyable. So we came out of the water park, walked past the chicken restaurant, on our way back through the kids arcade, which again is on that first level. And I just want to take a moment and say, you know, one of the reasons that I filmed this was not a sponsored video, is because the first time I went to the wilderness, I was overwhelmed by all the things that were available. For example, in that arcade, there's also laser tag and mini golf. Right? So there's a lot to do with the family. So I filmed it because I wanted to be able to help you plan your first or next trip to the wilderness. Now, in that area where they're redoing by that arcade, one of the things I thought that was so cool this time was they had all these vintage photos of the Wisconsin Dells. So to me, it reminded me of my childhood. Beautiful, natural, glacial created landscape. And over there to the left, there's a guy jumping over the rock. That's Standing Rock. They actually have had German Shepherd dogs that used to jump that as well, and I think they still might, but I'm not sure. But I hope that this video helped you with your planning. If you have any questions, put it down below. I'll do my best to answer it, and if it's something I can't answer, I'll try and find one for you. I hope that you have a wonderful time when you go, and I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Again, my name is Jessica Lynn, owner of Jessica Lynn Original Studios. Be sure to check out our website, and don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you come back and visit again. I'll be sharing more Wisconsin Dells content very soon, as well as Disney and creative arts. Take care, guys. See you again soon. Bye-bye.